Roger Waters, let's call your simp your old anti-Semitic simp-hating ass out. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Folks, let me preface this by stating this. Let me explain what a failure. Let me explain what a great artist is and what a loser artist is, okay? Let me explain what a great artist is. A great artist is like Stanley Kubrick, even Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, Pablo Picasso, Rembrandt, Da Vinci, Salvador Dali. I mean, I can go on if you want me to. You know, Andy Warhol. I mean, why do I mention these particular filmmakers, these artists? Even I'll even go rock musicians, and toss in people like I don't know, Grateful Dead, even, or I mean, there's, you know, let's focus on Roger Waters though. Here's the Bob Dylan. I mean, there's a lot Rolling Stones. Here's the difference. Everybody I forementioned very clearly, a whole list, a whole litany of them. In film, music, art. What's different between them and Roger Waters? A few things. I don't believe any of them were anti-Semites. None of them were for BDS. None of them were Jew haters. Not that I recall. No. Now, what's the common denominator between them versus Waters? Quite simply, what made them great and what makes him a piece of shit artist, and this is nothing to, I would say this whether he loved Israel too. I'd say the same fucking thing. Everybody else I mentioned, what? They kind of got better, and I'm not saying, in other words, their art either stayed the same or got better. They kept having hits, they kept making great art. This dude hasn't done shit in 40 years since The Wall. Think about it. That was like mid 80s or something. I mean, you're talking a dude who has not turned out anything substantial, any hits, nothing, nada, zero. So, what happens when you're an angry old 78-year-old musician who's had literally no hits since the age of 38? You're going to be very, very, I'm going to try to be calm here. You're going to be very, 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 very angry. You are. I could see why. Like, see, for me, I know I could go out and make a film or a short or music video or whatever, and my shit's going to be the same or better. Just because I'm operating in a different realm than he is, partially, but also, hey, well, even if I'm operating in a different realm, filmmaking, where that's not my problem. That's his problem for getting into the artistic realm he's in. So I guess I'm breaking it down more simply. He's a failed loser. Has he been successful in the past? Yes. But let me explain what art really is. Whether it's film, any of this shit, it's all the same if you're an artist on one level. You're creating. And when you realize what you're creating is not connecting with the public, like in his case, for 40 years. So you got to keep paying your old shit over and over again because you can't create new shit. And I can see why. Why would this bitter old piece of shit be able to create anything? He's so fucking... His hatred. He's so filled with rage and hatred. It literally, I'm going to be honest with everybody. This rage and hatred blocks out his ability to just even create anything. But before that rage and hatred, isn't it funny? When he was in Pink Floyd, I never heard him speak out against Israel during the 6 Day War in '67 or any of this stuff. I was like, all of a sudden, it's like, Now he's announcing it's a rogue state. It's Here's what Israel is to him: North Americans and Europeans taking over the indigenous land of Palestinians are nowhere mentioned in the Bible. I mean, Roger, what do I want to do? This guy wants to erase the whole Jewish presence in Israel from the map, even though it's mentioned in the Old Testament, which is a book that these fucking Arabs believe in too. I mean, obviously, so it's like a complete erasure. This dude is, and it's all stems from his hatred. Let me explain the psychology here. He hates himself. I would too, probably, if I was in his situation. Think of the situation he's in. I'm not trying to rationalize. No, I'm not trying to justify him by any means, but I'm trying to use the rationalization process that's going on in his warped mind. Here's what it is. I know what he's going through. I mean, I can see what's happening with him, because I would be probably, hey, you know what? If I was making hit records like The Wall and fucking Wish You Were Here and fucking Numb, song, Comfortably Numb, and you're whacking out tracks like Dark Side of the Moon, okay, you had 2, 3 nice records. Then all of a sudden, the spigot's off. The creative spigot's been turned off since age 38 or 40. Why? Who knows? You would have thought he would have come up with even better hit songs, but no, he didn't. And that failure caused him lots and lots of torment. Every time he looks in the mirror, look at him, you could see his face, his eyes half shut on his left eye. It's just, he's a very heavy face. You would think a dude who's worth $300 million would go buy a yacht somewhere and cruise around or some shit at least, right? Not this motherfucker. He's got to channel whatever energy he has left, because in 2, 3 years he's dead anyway. What'll happen is, here's what's happening to this dude. He has to take it out on something. Think about it. It's like my sister-in-law never liked me, so she would see me and just go off on me and start yelling, even if I wasn't doing anything. I'm telling you, this was a long time ago. Now I don't even see her, but same principle. It's like it's like some people want to bait you into getting pissed at them. He's trying to push my buttons. Like you can see, he's trying to get everybody angry. Why? Because he's angry. Because his stuff that he says is so outlandish. It's beyond outlandish. So, in other words, it's a complete he's flipping everything around. He's deeply demented. He's a sick motherfucker. Everybody knows it. And everybody who listens to this dude rant, like when I see him rant, I laugh now in his fucking face, because A, he can't do anything. B, he'll be dead in a few years. And C, I don't even know what C is. C is he's using Jews. And let me explain his craziness too. He goes, I got nothing against the Jewish people. It's just this goddamn. Wait, I got nothing against the Jews. I can't do his accent. I got nothing against the Jewish people. It's just that goddamn rogue state of Israel. Yeah, well, the rogue state of Israel is 75% Jewish, asshole. 70% last time I checked. And Jews are synonymous with Israel. That's like me saying I have nothing against. I mean, well, I could say a lot of things, I got nothing against Alaska, but I hate Eskimos, or vice versa. I mean, I love Canada, but I hate Canadians. How about that? America's a great place, but I hate its people. I mean, come on, it's like it's like, dude, you're not even making sense. You're a Jew hater because you're a failure in life. You came from the high. You've got money, but the creative tap was turned off on your brain 35, 40 years ago, dude. So what you're doing is you're just so basically he had out of 80 years, 78 years, he's had like what, a 15, 20 year run, and then so that's only 20, 25% of his life. The rest of his life, he's been a basic, just literal failure. So he's got to. Don't forget, he was coming from the tallest heights too. It's not reversed where all of a sudden this guy was writing shitty music and then at 50 or 60 he hit it big right in the wall. It's been so long ago, he forgot what he was doing. So, and see here another great one. Look at Frank Lloyd Wright. He made his best work 70 to 90. Frank Gehry wasn't even fucking, nobody even knew who he was, the great architect, till age 50 or something. So what I'm saying is, this motherfucker deserves to get what he's getting. Complete frustration. He's the opposite of Frank Lloyd Wright. Frank Lloyd Wright's the perfect example. I didn't even think of architects. So this dude, you can see. Wait, I guarantee you. Wait. How much do you want to bet me $1 zillion? This dude, I swear to you, God, he would shut his fucking mouth if he was making hits. How do I know this is true? Because it's what people in guitar, not guitar, but UAE have said. Because UAE is very Jew friendly, believe it or not. Dubai. Abu Dhabi. Yeah. Okay, here's what they say over there. Wait, I would go there as a Jew. It's just a pot smoker they don't like. Like seriously, it's like it's a bad place. Not that I bring weed over there. I mean, you get 5 years for 10 years with weed. You don't want to smoke weed over there for sure, but it's just anything to do with anything. But the thing is, even those people, like he said, Sudan, right now the Muslim Brotherhood is killing like 500,000 people, and half of those women and children in Sudan, right? Nobody's saying boo. Syria has another 600,000 dead over 12 years. A lot of those women and children, too. Where was Roger when the Syrian civil war was going on? Nowhere to be heard, because this is not about Israel or anything. It's about Jew hatred. I wish he would just admit it. I'd have more respect for him at least then. But no, he's failed. This is a failure. This is what. See, most people would look at him and say, "Oh, he was a great artist because he put out a few records and he collaborated on those records too." With David Gilmour and fucking his other two artist friends. So 3 artists. So Sid Barrett. So it's all bullshit. He's just a frustrated dumbass idiot.